What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And today, y'all, man, we got to get deep because we got to talk about more things of what is actually going on. What do we actually learn throughout life before getting thrown into adult phase? You get what I'm saying? So now, mind down with me. Because a person is grown, because they're older, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily smart. So before we get into all of that, you gotta break down the definition of like basically being smart in their way, getting certificates or whatever they force you to do throughout school for you to be able to become a better person as they tell you, right? So now let's listen to this. How many people do you know grow up from school and every time, especially black people, right? Every time y'all in history class, they study bringing up black history like it's a separated history, but the whole history and stuff that they're bringing out is all bad. Like the little bit of things we did do, it's like they're not even trying to bring the light to it. It's like, oh, you don't need that stuff today. It's like, oh, they built that or they did that, but it was very unnecessary. Like we don't even use that no more. We barely do that. You know what I'm saying? We more and more advanced things. So when it comes down to stuff like that, and not only slavery, all these type of things where you seeing your mind just study getting trampled with stuff, and then yet a person telling you to get along. It's like slapping you in the face and telling you not to do nothing about it and not to get mad at the same time. So if you think they're not waiting for a response, you're wrong. So this is the whole point of teaching you that. Teaching you how to respond based off of your emotions and based off of your anger. Now when we dealing with stuff like that, it's hard for me to come to my own community, let alone talk about anybody else and be trying to say, yo, let's not call ourselves black no more. Let's just get rid of all of that. Let's get rid of the black history, the history. Let's get rid of all that. Let's understand we as people, we are the people. The way we move now ain't got jack to do with back then. And it literally don't. You get what I'm saying? Now we able to get along. We actually could come up with more stuff, right? More things to be able to happen and accomplish. And about trying to tell people, oh, this your black history, this and stuff was took from you, that stuff was took from you. When you go through our people's history, bro, and I ain't saying nobody jump worse or better or none of that. See, that's the problem. You got to stop putting everything on a scale. When you're trying to judge things that's physical, all it's going to do is be chaos at the end of the day. So you need to let your spirit be the judge of that. Now, if I'm saying, oh yeah, I'm a little bit more spiritually aware than that person, that might not be a damn judgment. That might be clearly to see that they're not intact with their spirit or anything like that. Like you could actually feel, not only that, you can see where they're going and how they move throughout life. So even if they have to make certain moves, still depending on the situation and how they played it out. So you get what I'm saying? So like when you get deep into that, the way that things are being played out end up unjustified. So what I'm saying, y'all, is we look for things to be justified in a chaotic way based off of our emotions due to what someone has trained us. So they condition our mind and stuff to this. I'm not saying I'm the only one coming up with this and saying nothing like this, but what I'm saying is this the whole point of me do not like the conscious concept. It's like, okay, you learning all of this for what today? Like what do it actually do? It have to do with today? Like it has nothing to do with today. And from now on, you have that stuck in your head like, damn, I should have did something. Something was took from me. Shouldn't I try to withhold my stronghold? So they know how to play with other planets alignments with inside you. So they know how to make the Saturn feel like you should be secure about something. That's why you have so many blacks or whatever you want to call. As soon as you say that word, as soon as you say something bad about our own people, even if it's us, we can't even say nothing. It's automatically sensitive. They did this to make people that can't get along in the world. If you look at the world today, and then somebody got to say it, the kids in all is more sensitive. And I'm not saying they soft. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying they're more sensitive today. Even adults is more sensitive today than any other time they have been since you probably could remember, since you've been alive. And that is because now it's like this. You can say what you want to your people, but it can't do nothing to you. You got the internet doing that. You got people trolling all the time. You got comments letting people feel like, oh, I can say whatever I want to a person. They can't do nothing to me. To the fact that now they even got you trying to get it to your kids. To that you can't punish your kids a certain way. People been punishing their kids forever or however they have to. I don't even like using that word. but being making their kid respect them. Let's put it like that, right? So now it have got to a point where how the things working now in reality that people don't have to respect you. You feel me? So now you got to learn how to balance yourself out to not feeling like getting disrespected and all this stuff. So it's a whole different ball game we dealing with. Ain't about he disrespect you because of your color. Ain't about none of that. Because kids running around disrespecting their moms now because their mom don't want to let them do what they want to do. And you got dads now that letting their child, and moms letting their child do whatever the child want to do. And remember, it's a child. So when you're in a physical body like this, yes, you're in a reverse cycle. You're with a conscience. When you die off, you don't have that conscience. So that'd be different if you was a spirit moving like that. But when you're a young spirit hopping in a young body, you're gonna make young decisions and things that's gonna be destructive. You get what I'm saying? Until you learn how to move up out of that. That what goes with spirituality. If you feel like you're scared of something, you either don't experience that you experienced it in your past life, whether it was death or whether it was a near-death experience that was very traumatizing. But anyways, and that's the type of stuff that plays on you subconsciously because you're not unconscious. So you're using your subconscious to realize what you was actually consciously aware of once upon a time. So that's what makes that a little different. You get what I'm saying? But not to get too lost into that. Do y'all see how the conscious mind could be a dangerous mind? You get what I'm saying? Because everything is not meant to be paid attention towards. That is my whole point of this video. It's saying that people got to watch where they putting their energy at. We all seen the BET Awards. There ain't no point of talking about it. And y'all know ain't nothing going to happen about it. Because now we live in a world, like I said, it's very sensitive. So if you say one thing, it's always two sides to the story. So no matter if this side is correct or logically stable, they're gonna find a way to be like, well, this person can't help this. This person wasn't able to fix how they wanted to do this and do that. Come up with all type of handicaps for every situation except for standard people. Regular people don't have no say so over nothing. Like I was saying, I mean regular people, like, you know, day-to-day people don't have a say so over too much of nothing. We gotta just suck into whatever somebody else lost in. But if we don't want to go to work or something, just suck it up, move on. That is crazy how the world works. You get what I'm saying? Especially when you look at certain people, just because they choose this sexuality in life and stuff like that, that they get more glow and more outlooks than even people that's deformed and don't have really problems, like midgets and so forth. Bro, if y'all really think about it, the special needed people that's literally specially needed and they literally can't help themselves deserve more than what they actually get. They getting imagery, even them getting to a conscious point to where they getting imagery of people that's basically picking and trolling and picking on others, but yet sprouting in life. You see what I'm saying? So they try to paint this certain image that, like, as long as you do what we tell you to, that's the way to be successful. Some people don't understand that. So they think being successful physically is being successful spiritually, and they be spiritually broke to the point that they being reincarnated to be back to a perfect person or whatever they wanted to shape you out of. So this is their point of consciously abusing you. So they'll throw some things out there and be like, oh, I hope people pay this attention. And guess what? The conscious community gonna do. Just because the sun's shining over there, they gotta look at it. Don't worry about it so much. You ever heard in Egypt they wore stuff on their head, they wore protection because it's only but so much of a sun the conscious body can handle. So when you even looking at it like that, so you want to get so consciously aware, like, oh, they wore these to protect themselves while they sun gazed and and all of that, you need to take that in consideration too. That look at the school programs and stuff and history and all that, what you're teaching of how it battled people and make them angry and all of that, and combine it and just look at it from another loophole, like, oh, they might be doing that unconsciously aware. You get what I'm saying? It's like funny. It's like, oops, I didn't try to throw this out there, but yet they throwing it out there. And like, oops, I didn't want nobody to feed into it, but want everybody to feed into it. And you like, oh, this is what they didn't want us to see. Let's dig into this, y'all. Let's go into, and then now you getting even lost. You got a whole army with you trying to back something up. They getting even lost. You got, because it's more relatable, you got more and more people coming to you. One thing about it, you guys, it's very uncomfortable to your spirit when you're in a new circumstance and a new situation. Period. So when you bring up something that was new to somebody, even when you arguing with a religious person or anything, when you bring up a new thought form to them, they're instantly going to take it bad or take it like, what you mean? Because it's fresh, it's new. So they're unaware of it. So when this the case, is they don't know what to do. So if you think about it, a conscious community only know what to do by studying and following computer work all day. But right now, if you was to knock them out and tell them, yo, spiritually, how would you get back? Without using the physical world to get back, how would you get back? They wouldn't know what to do, wouldn't know where to start at. Now you may ask me, yo, how to get back? That's a whole story on getting deep. But me, I can break it down real broad and quick. You know what I mean? You got to know about your intuition and your gut. You should be able to feel snakes. Snakes is everywhere. Everyone is snake energy. You should be able to feel it. So when they say someone, when you run into someone and you done lost somebody well in the past, and you seeing this person and stuff like that, that's why that all makes sense. Till you like, damn, that person remind me of them. Even your favorite celebrity, they been passed away, and you see a younger version of them. You might even say, damn, that's a clone if you find a version of them around that age. But that's the thing, like everyone has a certain energy output to them. And some people done been going off their mind so long, they just done forgot where to go at. So that's why I say they always talk about strengthening their mind, but you got to strengthen that spirit too. And not the same thing. Once you start making them the same thing, you're going to be just like the preachers, the pastors, and all that, making Jesus the only brain, the only mind that could go from other bodies and jump into other bodies except for you, but you can't. But yet you in a body with another separated mind at the same time. It don't make sense, people. And that's all I got to say for it, man. We're going to continue on and get into some other stuff, but we got to get slowly. But we're going to do it in units that people, you know what I'm saying, just going to click on it off the title and stuff like that. You got to grab some new beings in here. We already know when they hear this new train of thought, they're going to get mad at first, but we expect that. They're going to be in the comments saying all type of stuff that don't make sense or making sense out of our stuff. And we sitting there like, yeah, it makes sense to me, but you're not making sense out of it. But anyway, man, I'm out, man. OG Drip.